Hey guys, Avatar The Last Airbender set is releasing in a couple of weeks on November 21st, and the pre-release is the week before that, which is next Friday on November 14th. So now that most of the cards have been spoiled, we can take a look and see whether or not it's worth it, in my opinion, to buy the collector booster box. So let's take a look first at the price of the collector booster box. They're currently going for $610 on TCG Player as of today, November 4th. Now, if you look at the history of the collector booster box, they were going for the mid 500s prior to the debut stream, and then after the debut stream there was a big spike in sales volume and the price shot up almost to $700 a box at about $680. And since then the price of the boxes have been steadily coming down, and it looks like it could continue to go down a bit further, maybe to the upper 500 or even the mid $500 per box. Now let's take a look at what you can get in the collector booster box that's exclusive to the collector booster box, and you cannot get in the play booster or any the other kind of boxes. First, I want to talk about the big chase card, right? Obviously you can only get this in collector booster, and here we have the Avatar Aang card. Now I want to compare this to the other non-serialized big chase cards that we have had from recent sets. So we have the Soul Stone from Spider-Man and the Sathera Super Void from Edge of Eternities. Now let's first look at the Avatar Aang card. This card looks like a commander card, and is likely not going to really see play in standard or modern or anything like that. Of course, I could be wrong, and if it does see play outside of commander, it will make the demand for this card go up and could increase the value of this card. But right now it does appear that it's purely a commander card. Now whether or not it's good in commander, that's to be seen, but certainly if you want to play a commander deck that's Avatar The Last Airbender, this is likely going to be the main commander card for that deck, and so it could be quite popular depending on the popularity of the set. Now if we compare it to the Sathera Singularity foil version from Edge of Eternities, that card is currently going for $1,400. The reason why this card is not worth that much is mainly because it's basically unplayable. It's unplayable in commander, and no competitive standard modern constructed format plays this card, and so really the price of this card is being propped up by the fact that it looks really nice and that is very scarce. And as you can see, the price of this card has been steadily going down just because of the low demand for this card. Now, on the other hand, we have the Soul Stone from Spider-Man. The Soul Stone is actually a playable card, although it's not seeing any play in any of the constructed formats like standard or modern. It does see a lot of play in commander, and it is a pretty good commander card. On top of that, it's very widely known. The IP, everybody has seen the Avengers movies and knows about the Infinity Stones, and because of that, there's just way higher demand. Also, this card looks absolutely incredible in person, and I highly recommend you take a look at what it's like in person, because the picture here just does not do it justice. And if you look at the price, it's currently listed at a ridiculous $50,000 price, and then there is a pristine BGS 10 version that's listed at $175,000. But if you look at the sales data, there is one confirmed sales on TCG Player of $33,000. So $33,000 and $1,400. While I don't see the Avatar Aang chase card being $30,000, I do definitely believe that it's certainly going to be higher than the Sathera card, and so my estimate of this card, the value is going to be somewhere between $3,000 and $10,000. Unfortunately, this set does not have any serialized cards, so that is actually going to put a damper on the value or price of the collector booster box of this set. Now the next thing we have here is the battle pose cards. So I want to go all the way down to the bottom where they're going to talk about these. So let me see if I can find them before we get into it. Here. Wait. Is this a battle pose card? This is also a battle pose card, which is really interesting because this is a neon ink battle pose card, and this is just a traditional battle pose card. But if you look here, and here's where it gets really confusing. We're going to take a look at everything you can get in the collector booster. So you get 3 traditional foil commons, and they say there are 81 commons and 10 common dual lands. And then you can get 3 traditional foil uncommons, 110 uncommons from the set. Then you can get 2 traditional foil TLE commons. So the TLE commons are from the Jumpstart product and the beginner boxes. So there's not really that special here. It's kind of just filler stuff for the collector packs. And here you can get 1 traditional foil TLE or booster fun uncommon. Again, still kind of just filler stuff from the scene cards or Jumpstart or beginner box. You get 1 traditional foil for Appa or Avatar's Journey basic land. You can get that in the play booster packs. And you can get 1 traditional foil rare or mythic rare. Again, you can get that stuff from the play booster packs. And then you get 1 traditional foil TLE rare or mythic rare. There are 32 rares and 11 mythic rares from the Jumpstart product that can be found in these slots, and 10 rares from the beginner box that can be found in these slots. Extended art versions of 28 rares and 11 mythic rares from the Jumpstart product can be found in these slots. So I think the extended art versions of the Jumpstart rares and mythic rares are specific and unique to the collector booster product. So it's possible that there could be 1 or 2 of these that are worth something, but really ultimately it's most likely not going to be enough to really make that big of a difference. All right, next we have 1 non-foil booster fun rare or mythic. So you could get a rare or mythic scene card, rare or mythic rare field note card. You can get that from play booster boxes, and of course a scene card, you can get it from the scene boxes. A rare or mythic rare battle pose card. So the regular battle pose cards, you can find them in play booster packs. A rare or mythic rare elemental frame card, again you can get them in play booster packs. A mythic rare borderless double-faced saga card. So let's take a look at the double-faced. This is the elemental frame cards. This is the field note cards. And the double-faced saga cards, again, you can get that in the play booster boxes. So all of those you can get in the play booster boxes, and they are not unique to the collector box. So what else do we have here? An extended art version of 28 rares or 1 mythic rare version of a card from the main set. Now, I think these are specific only to the collector booster box, and so you cannot find these in the play booster box. An extended art rare or mythic rare from the Jumpstart product. Again, that's also going to be specific to the collector booster pack. And a rare new to Magic card from the scene boxes. So next we have 1 non-foil 75% or 25% traditional foil source material card. Now that is referring to the bonus sheet, the source material cards. So only in the collector box you can find the Teferi's Protection or the Force of Negation or the Dockside Extortionist and the Great Henge in foil, and it's 1 out of every 4 collector packs. So on average you'll get about 3 of those foil versions in the collector box. So definitely these can be quite expensive, especially if you get them in foil. Now, one good thing about the Avatar set is that they actually have really good reprints in this bonus sheet compared to the bonus sheet for the Spider-Man set. So while you can get these cards in the play booster packs, it's 1 out of 26 play booster packs, and you cannot get them in foil. All right, and then we have 1 foil booster fun rare or mythic rare card. So you can get scene cards, field note cards, battle pose cards. Now here, the neon ink battle pose card, less than 1%. You can get elemental frame card, mythic rare double face saga card, an extended art version of the rare mythic rares from the set, and then of course the raised foil Avatar Aang card. So yes, so that is all the stuff you can get. It is very confusing because they stuffed the collector box with stuff from the beginner box and the Jumpstart packs, and then the extended art versions of all of the stuff. So the main things you can get are the extended art versions of the cards, the neon ink cards, the foil version of the bonus sheet cards, and of course the big chase card. So that's what you can get in the Avatar Collector Booster Box. So ultimately, my feeling is that because this set does not have a serialized chase card, and you can get most of the stuff in the Play Booster Box, you just can't get the neon ink cards and some extended art cards or the foil bonus sheet cards, and of course the big chase card. It's not gonna be too much better opening the collector box. Of course, if you're a really big fan of the Avatar Last Airbender IP, it certainly will be worth it because it's going to be a really great experience. I'm not saying the experience is not going to be fun. You know, you're going to see a lot of cards coming from all over the place, from scene boxes, beginner boxes, jumpstart boxes. But in terms of value, again, as with opening any collector box, I just don't see the value here. So my ultimate assessment of whether or not it's worth opening, definitely not worth buying. But if you're a big fan of the IP, it's going to be a great time. So let me know what you guys think. Are you going to buy a collector box of this set? What do you think about the big chase Avatar and card? How much do you think it's going to be worth? More than $10,000? What about the neon ink battle pose cards? Of course, the value of the sealed box will rise over time, as almost all sealed collector boxes do. And again, the big question always is, how much could this drop before it begins to rise again, right? Like Spider-Man went from $800, almost $1,000, dropping to about $400 a box now. Could this repeat what Spider-Man did? Unlikely, but this certainly is not going to be a Final Fantasy situation where it hits $1,200 a month after release. My guess is that this is going to drop a little bit more, somewhere in the 500 range, and it's going to sit there for quite a long time, maybe up to a year or more, and then slowly rise from there. Let me know your thoughts, everyone, and thanks for watching.